Hello everyone, and welcome. The video I did last week where I came out and I prepped a new spot for camping, we're here for the camping part of it. I just carried the canoe down, set it over there because I'm probably going to go do some fishing tomorrow. And now we're going to head back up to the car and grab our packs and start setting up the hammocks. Stick around, see how the weekend goes. I'm going to set my hammock here. Anne is setting up her hammock in the other spot over there. They're not calling for any rain tonight. So we're thinking of setting up the ridgeline, but not the tarp, so that we could have a nice night under the stars. But if I've got the ridgeline set up, at least that way, if it does look like it's going to start to rain, it won't take long to throw the tarp over the top and cover everything. Hook it into any random daisy chain for now. As soon as I got home from work, I had a quick bite to eat and a shower. So we're getting here in prime mosquito time. So I want to hurry up and set this up so that we can get ready to light the fire. And turn on my thermocell and try and get rid of some of these mosquitoes. Turn on the thermocell and maybe light a couple of coils. Take the rest of my tarp and I'll just hang it from a branch here. That way it's close, easy access. If it starts to rain, I can grab it real quick, throw it over the ridgeline, tie it down, we're done. I've got my Dollarama pillow that I stick in the head of my sleeping bag. Now I have my underquilt. It's going to be really warm tonight. I don't need the underquilt for warmth, but I also know that the area we're in, there's going to be a lot of mosquitoes. And the hammock is very thin. I don't want the mosquitoes getting me from underneath. I'm going to hook this end over here, pull it all out of the stuff sack. And now I have a nice comfortable spot for the night. So I made a minor adjustment to Lucy's little tent here. The last time we were out, it was really windy and the wind kept blowing it down. And it was hard for Lucy to get in and out of it. So I sewed on a little tag on both sides, and I tied a short piece of paracord to it. And I brought out just some flimsy tent stakes for now. I'm gonna have to get her some better ones, but I'm thinking that if I stake it down on both sides, the idea is to not put it on a tree to begin with. Okay, so the idea is if I get this side tight, and then I tighten this side, now the wind will blow it side to side, but it shouldn't blow it right over. You're loose. Good. There you go. And for now, we've got the door rolled up. I did that to make it easier while I was sewing and stuff. We'll roll it down tonight when she's ready for bed. Now let's go see about that fire. Now, because there's still quite a bit of ground fluff around here, I moved it away as much as I could. But I'm just going to grab a couple of buckets and completely saturate everything around the fire pit. Just as an extra safety precaution. I gathered up a nice chunk of old man's beard. And if you watched the last video, you know I've got a great big pile of branches over there. I'm just going to stuff this in here. Take my charred cloth, spread it apart to create more fibers. Put it on a sharp edge of the stone. And it's lit. Put that inside the old man's beard. Give that just a minute. And we should have a fire. While I was putting the finishing touches on Lucy's little tent, Anne got the fire ready for me so that I could light it when we were ready. But now that the work is done, it's time for a bear hug. Oh, it's good to be out here. You did a good job prepping the fire. Now, if I could only get you to tie a knot.
That's why I have you. I do the rest.
That's okay. You did a lot of the prep while I was at work today. I got home, just about everything was packed, so the only thing left was a few odd things in my bag, but that's, I have to pack that. So we're gonna sit by the fire, have a nice little drink. I've already got my headlamp. I love these pants. My headlamp fits in my pocket because it's going to be dark soon. It doesn't look it right now, but it's going to be dark soon, especially under here. We're under quite a bit of cover, so. But we're almost ready for dark. I'm going to gather up whatever else is left. And because the car is right through those trees, before we go to bed tonight, I'm going to do a run up to the car and put everything back in the car. That way it won't attract anything down here. And if it attracts it to the car, good luck. So this is exactly what I see from sitting in my chair. My beautiful dual Dollarama hanging buckets. And I see down the river. And then if we turn, we see down the river that way. Morning, everyone. It's definitely coffee time. Oh, We had a great night last night. We sat by the fire. We had some great conversation. We turned on a little bit of music. And it was just phenomenal. Really good conversations. We did some dancing. Kind of kicked a few things out of the way over there and made a semi-tiny little spot to dance. But we stayed up a little bit on the late side. I think we crawled into bed. It was about 3 o'clock. I don't think I'll be seeing much of Anne this morning. The plan was get up this morning, have breakfast, have a coffee, toss the canoe in the river, maybe go do a bit of fishing. Started getting ready to have breakfast, and that's when the plan changed. Because I realized I forgot to grab my extra insulin, and my insulin pen is empty. So instead of a canoe ride and fishing, I'm going for a car ride. Hopefully when I get back, we've got time, we can throw the canoe in the water, do a bit of fishing. I also have to cut up a little more firewood for tonight because we stayed up late last night. There's not a whole lot left. I can't believe I forgot the insulin. And woke up shortly after I turned the camera off, and I was just getting ready to take off and go get my insulin. So I stuck around for a few minutes. I warmed up her coffee. I was telling her what was going on, and she decided she's going to go for the ride. She's gone to get my insulin because she wanted me to stay here and cut some firewood for tonight because there's not a whole lot left. And hopefully get set up and go do some fishing because she's hoping for some fish for supper tonight if possible. And that is one of the reasons I love her so much. We work well together. So she just left, and I just found this dead tree. All the bark is coming off of it, but it's still good and solid, standing, sort of. Why work on the ground if I don't need to? These two trees are close enough that I'm able to wedge this log in between them and cut standing up. When you're camping out in the backcountry like this, you don't always have a nice flat stump to split your wood on. So what I've done here, I've got a small log that I laid across the ground, and I find like this has a natural check in it right here. So I try and set that with the check up, keep my feet well apart. That way when the axe comes down, if I happen to miss, I ain't hitting anything. And as you can see, it works great. Well, I got the firewood for tonight cut up. Anne's been gone for just over an hour. I don't expect her back for at least another hour. But there's plenty of firewood for tonight. I'm going to sit in the shade here a minute and cool down because it's hot. And then I'm going to get into my shorts, get the canoe ready, and we'll see about doing some fishing. With any luck, we catch something for dinner. Shorts are on. Canoe's just about ready. The only thing it's missing is me and my fishing pole. I've got the action cam on the front. I'm going to turn that on. And we'll see if we can catch a bit of fish. Anne's still not back. She should be back any time now. So hopefully we'll have some fish for supper tonight. Now, some of you may have noticed my hair got a whole lot shorter. Feels great. I love it. But that being said, ow! I got bit by a horsefly. And I wear a ball cap at work. Well, we work outside in the sun all day. And with the hair so short in the back, I kind of sunburnt my neck a little. So if I'm going out there, I'm going to trade the ball cap for the tilly. Working around under here, there's plenty of shade for me to hide in, so I don't worry about the sunburn as much. But the tilly will protect me a little better when I'm on the water. I spent a part of the afternoon fishing. It was hot out there. I found where the little fish are. I caught 5 or 6 small pike, but they were just not even worth bringing back. And went all the way out and got my insulin. So that's all squared away. So when I got back to camp, we decided to just sit around and relax a little bit. And then Anne decided she wanted me to teach her to use the Ferro rod. So we did a little bit of a practicing this afternoon, different fire lighting techniques. And she's the one who's going to be lighting the fire tonight. We're going to be lighting it soon because we're having burgers for supper. And bugs. So Anne's going to light the fire tonight. She made herself a twig bundle. She's got a little bit of old man's beard mixed in. And I found a tiny little bit of jute twine fluff that I had in my bag. So I mixed all that in there. She's got a piece of charred cloth. Now flip it.
Mhm.
Nice save.
Mm-hmm.
You made fire.
I did.
Now we're going to let that burn a little while. Burn down, get us some good coals. And I'll have to go get the burgers and we'll have burgers for supper tonight. Good job. So for tonight's supper, President's Choice thick and juicy prime rib burgers. So the burgers are pretty much done. I'm going to move them over here where they'll stay warm, but not cook as fast because that side's a little hotter. And I brought some ready crisp bacon. So I'm going to open this up. And it's already cooked, so it's just warming it up. We'll leave that on there for just a couple of minutes. And then we're going to have bacon cheeseburgers. Ooh, yeah, those are getting warm. Ooh. You want to add your condiments or do you want your burger right now?
No, that's just
Hot. A little bit of mayo. A little bit of mustard. burger. Wow, a little bit of very hot bacon. A slice of cheese. And a couple of sandwich pickles. Now that's a burger. Dinner was delicious. But I think last night's little 3 a.m. adventures tuckered Ann out. She's already gone to bed. It's only like 5 after 8. There's no way I can go to bed this early. So I'm going to sit by the fire, enjoy one last little pop. And I think I might crack open a beer. Then possibly go to bed. More around 10 or 11-ish. But it was a great day. And decided to let me teach her to use the Ferro rod and a couple of other techniques to light the fire. And all afternoon she did fantastic, so she wanted to light the fire for tonight's supper. And she did it. She got it done. She persisted. She made it work. Fantastic. But now apparently I gotta make her a fire kit. Oh well. Saw that coming. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the fire. And we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. First coffees of the day is always the most delicious. So it was a bit of an early night last night. Right around 10 o'clock or so, the mosquitoes came out and they were nuts. I didn't feel like fighting with the mosquitoes, so I just decided I'd crawl into bed and read my book for a while. Crawled into the hammock, and just getting in there, I brought in a bunch of mosquitoes with me. Took me a while to kill them all. And then I laid in bed and reading my book, and all I could hear all around the hammock was buzz. I look outside and it's a cloud of mosquitoes. They're all around my hammock. I slept well. I had white noise. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, got out of the hammock to go to the washroom, took 2 steps away from the hammock, and the mosquitoes swarmed me again, and I said, nope, I'm going to go back to bed and read my book some more. I crawled back in the hammock, started to read my book, and I fell asleep again. I woke up and was out here farting around, getting the fire ready. So now we've had our breakfast. We're having our first cup of coffee. There's no big rush today, but it's a nice day, so we think we're gonna pack up the stuff we don't need, seeing as the car's right here. Whatever we don't need, we can pack up and load in the car, and then just keep the chairs out and a few little things, the cooler. Sit around for a little while. And just put a little bit of food in Lucy's bowl. So now she's trying to bury the bowl. Gotta stash the food. Well, once again, that was another fantastic weekend. Really good time. You got to light your first fire.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get eaten alive by mosquitoes. The first night wasn't bad. They came out crazy for about a half hour and then they died down. Last night, oh my God, they wouldn't quit. You went to bed before they came out, but when I went to bed, they were going nuts. But we've packed up most of the stuff. It's 3 o'clock now, so we took our time at it. Most of it's loaded in the car. There's just the cooler left and a couple of little things, my hats, the chairs. I've got the buckets over there. We're going to put the fire out, soak everything around just to make sure that it'll be okay. And then we load the canoe on the roof of the car and away we go. So thanks for joining us. It was a fantastic weekend. We always appreciate having you along. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next one.